Welcome to Tannoah Relaxation videos. In this video, I will be completing a whisper reading of two classic fairy tales from the book Grimm's Fairy Tales. The stories will include Old Hildebrand and the Singing Bone. If you enjoyed these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And remember to hit the bell to make sure not to miss any of our upcoming videos. Check out the links in the description for the best earbuds or earmuffs to assist with your ASMR whisper reading videos. These are affiliate links, so if you click and purchase, I will earn a small commission at no extra cost to you to help support the channel. So let's get into the video. Old Hildebrand. Once upon a time lived a peasant and his wife, and the parson of the village had a fancy for the wife and had wished for a long time to spend a whole day happily with her. The peasant woman, too, was quite willing. One day, therefore, he said to the woman, "Listen, my dear friend, I have now thought of a way by which we can for once spend a whole day happily together. I'll tell you what, on Wednesday you must take to your bed and tell your husband you are ill, and if you only complain and act being ill properly, and go on doing so until Sunday when I have to preach. I will then say in my sermon that whosoever has at home a sick child, a sick husband, a sick wife, a sick father, a sick mother, a sick brother, or whosoever else it may be, and makes a pilgrimage to the Gockley Hill in Italy, where you can get a peck of laurel leaves for a cruiser, the sick child, the sick husband, the sick wife, the sick father, or sick mother, the sick sister, or whosoever else it may be, will be restored to health immediately." "I will manage it," said the woman promptly. Now, therefore, on the Wednesday, the peasant woman took to her bed and complained and lamented as agreed upon, and her husband did everything for her that he could think of, but nothing did her any good. And when Sunday came, the woman said, "I feel as ill as if I were going to die at once, but there is one thing I should like to do before my end. I should like to hear the parson's sermon that he is going to preach today." On that, the peasant said, "Ah, my child, do not do that. Thou mightst make thyself worse if thou wert to get up. Look, I will go to the sermon, and will attend to it very carefully, and will tell thee everything the parson says." "Well," said the woman, "go then, and pay very great attention, and repeat to me all that thou hearest." So the peasant went to the sermon, and the parson began to preach and said, "If anyone had at home a sick child, a sick husband, a sick wife, a sick father, a sick mother, a sick sister, brother, or anyone else, and would make a pilgrimage to the Gockley Hill in Italy, where a peck of laurel leaves cost a cruiser, the sick child, sick husband, sick wife, sick father, sick mother, sick sister, brother, or whoever else it might be, would be restored to health instantly, and whosoever wished to undertake the journey was to go to him after the service was over, and he would give him the sack of the laurel leaves and the cruiser." Then no one was more rejoiced than the peasant, and after the service was over, he went at once to the parson, who gave him the bag for the laurel leaves and the cruiser. After that, he went home, and even at the house door he cried, "Hurrah, dear wife, it is now almost the same thing as thou wert well. The parson has preached today that whosoever had at home a sick child, a sick husband, a sick wife, a sick father, a sick mother, a sick sister, brother, or whoever it may be, it would make a pilgrimage to the Gockley Hill in Italy, where a peck of laurel leaves cost a cruiser, the sick child, sick husband, sick wife, sick father, sick mother, sick sister, brother, or whosoever else it was, would be cured immediately. And now I have already got the bag and the cruiser from the parson, and will at once begin my journey, so that thou mayest get well the faster. And thereupon he went away. He was, however, hardly gone before the woman got up, and the parson was there directly. But now we will leave these two for a while and follow the peasant, who walked on quickly without stopping, in order to get the sooner to the Cookerly Hill. And on his way he met his gossip. His gossip was an egg merchant, and was just coming from the market, where he had sold his eggs. "May you be pleased," said the gossip. "Where are you off to so fast?" "To all eternity, my friend," said the peasant. "My wife is ill, and I have been today to hear the parson's sermon, and he preached that if anyone had in his house a sick child, a sick husband, a sick wife, a sick father, a sick mother, a sick sister, brother, or anyone else, and made a pilgrimage to Cookerly Hill in Italy, where a peck of laurel leaves cost a cruiser, the sick child, the sick husband, the sick wife, the sick father, the sick mother, the sick sister, brother, or whosoever else it was, would be cured immediately. And so I have got the bag for the laurel leaves and the cruiser from the parson, and now I am beginning my pilgrimage." "But listen, gossip," said the egg merchant to the peasant. "Are you then stupid enough to believe such a thing as that? Don't you know what it means? The parson wants to spend a whole day alone with your wife in peace, so he has given you this job to do to get you out of the way." "My word," said the peasant. "How I'd like to know if that's true." "Come then," said the gossip. "I'll tell you what to do. Get into my egg basket, and I will carry you home, and then you will see for yourself." So that was settled, and the gossip put the peasant into the egg basket and carried him home. When they got to the house, hurrah! But all was going merry there. The woman had already had nearly everything killed that was in the farmyard, and had made pancakes, and the parson was there, and had brought his fiddle with him. The gossip knocked at the door, and the woman asked who was there. "It is I, gossip," said the egg merchant. "Give me shelter this night. I have not sold my eggs at the market, so now I have to carry them home again, and they are so heavy that I shall never be able to do it, for it is dark already." "Indeed, my friend," said the merchant, "thou comest at a very inconvenient time for me, but as thou art here, I can't be helped. Come in, and take a seat there on the bench by the stove." Then she placed the gossip in the basket, which he carried on his back, on the bench by the stove. The parson, however, and the woman were very merry as possible. At length the parson came. "Listen, my dear friend, thou canst sing beautifully. Sing something to me." "Oh," said the woman, "I cannot sing now. In my young days, indeed, I could sing well enough, but that's all over now." "Come," said the parson once more, "do sing something, some little song." On that the woman began to sing. "I have sent my husband away from me to the Cookerly Hill in Italy." Thereupon the parson sang, "I wish 'twas a year before he came back. I'll never ask him for the laurel leaf sack. Hallelujah." Then the gossip who was in the background began to sing, but I ought to tell you, the peasant called him Hildebrand to the gossip. So the gossip sang, "What art thou doing, my Hildebrand dear, there on the bench by the stove so near? Hallelujah." And then the peasant sang from his basket, "All singing I ever shall hate from this day." And he got out of the basket and cudgeled the parson out of the house. The Singing Bone. In a certain country there was once great lamentation over a wild boar that laid waste the farmers' fields, killed the cattle, and ripped up people's bodies with his tusk. The king promised a large reward to anyone who would free the land from this plague. But the beast was so big and strong that no one dared to go near the forest in which it lived. At last the king gave notice that whosoever should capture or kill the wild boar should have his only daughter to wife. Now there lived in the country 2 brothers, sons of a poor man, who declared themselves willing to undertake the hazardous enterprise. The elder, who was crafty and shrewd out of pride; the younger, who was innocent and simple from a kind heart. The king said, "In order that you may be the more sure of finding the beast, you must go into the forest from opposite sides." So the elder went in on the west side, and the younger on the east. When the younger had gone a short way, a little man stepped up to him. He held in his hand a black spear and said, "I give you this spear because your heart is pure and good. With this you can boldly attack the wild boar, and it will do you no harm." He thanked the little man, shouldered the spear, and went on fearlessly. Before long he saw the beast, which rushed at him. But he held the spear towards it, and in its blind fury it ran so swiftly against it that its heart was cloven in twain. Then he took the monster on his back and went homewards with it to the king. As he came out at the other side of the wood, there stood at the entrance a house where people were making merry with wine and dancing. His elder brother had gone in there, and, thinking that after all the boar would not run away from him, was going to drink until he felt brave. But when he saw his young brother coming out of the wood laden with his body, his envious evil heart gave him no peace. He called out to him, "Come in, dear brother, rest and refresh yourself with a cup of wine." The youth, who suspected no evil, went in and told him about the good little man who had given him the spear wherewith he had slain the boar. The elder brother kept him there until the evening, and then they went away together. And when in the darkness they came to a bridge over a brook, the elder brother let the other go first, and when he was halfway across, he gave him such a blow from behind that he fell down dead. He buried him beneath the bridge, took the boar, and carried it to the king, pretending that he had killed it, whereupon he obtained the king's daughter in marriage. And when his younger brother did not come back, he said the boar must have killed him, and everyone believed it. But as nothing remains hidden from God, so this black deed also was to come to light. Years afterward, a shepherd was driving his herd across the bridge, and saw lying in the sand beneath a snow-white little bone. He thought that it would make a good mouthpiece, so he clambered down, picked it up, and cut out of it a mouthpiece for his horn. But when he blew through it for the first time, to his great astonishment, the bone began of its own accord to sing. "Ah, friend, thou blowest upon my bone. How long have I lain beside the water? My brother slew me for the boar, and took for his wife the king's young daughter." "What a wonderful horn," said the shepherd. "It sings by itself. I must take it to my lord the king." And when he came with it to the king, the horn again began to sing its little song. The king understood it all, and caused the ground below the bridge to be dug up, and then the whole skeleton of the murdered man came to light. The wicked brother could not deny the deed, and was sewn up in a sack and drowned, but the bones of the murdered man were laid to rest in a beautiful tomb in the churchyard. Did you enjoy the video or have any suggestions? If so, leave a comment below. On behalf of Tannoah Relaxation videos, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you soon for more relaxation whisper reading videos.